Hello.
Hi! It's September 29th. Welcome to the channel. Our topic of discussion is your actual needs are small.
Okay.
Seneca says, nothing can satisfy greed, but even a small measure satisfies nature. So it is that the poverty of an exile brings no misfortune. For no place of exile is so barren as to not produce ample support for a person.
Okay, I just heard something about apples. Could you read this again, please?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Are you looking at an apple?
No,
Okay.
no, the word, there was something.
Ample.
Ample, yeah.
Okay. Nothing can satisfy greed, but even a small measure satisfies nature. So, no amount of stuff will satisfy you if you were in a state of wanting. Or needing. But even the small thing will satisfy what you actually need to survive.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it is that the poverty...
You can't always get what you want, but you get what you need, yeah?
So it is that the poverty of an exile brings no misfortune, for no place of exile is so barren as to not produce ample support for a person.
So, yeah, explain that.
Resources are abundant. You could be exiled and stripped of all of your possessions, but the world would still provide enough for you to be here.
To be here, yeah.
So anything that you think of as needing is really a falsehood.
It's more of a wanting.
It is a wanting.
There is a need, of course. We have needs. We have needs, but it's not like I need a better car, right? That's not a need.
But
unless
and then
your car
there's
is broken.
Two categories of wanting then, because there's a category of wanting that is benign, which is I want this, but it's okay if I don't get it. I don't need it. I don't feel like I'm missing out on something now because I don't have it.
My life feels unhappy because I don't have this item.
That's the other category of want. So the want that's I feel like I need it in order to be happy. I'm not going to be happy until I have it, versus a want that's I want this, but life is great right now.
Yeah.
So they're talking about
it's
that.
Being attached to it.
Yeah, the attachment.
Being too attached to the wants.
Well, it also says something about my belief and how the quality of my life right now. Because, and I'm reading about this in The Gap in the Gain, because in that book, they call that second category of wants, psychologically, we think we need it. So they're actually talking about it in the book as a need. But there's three things. There's things I actually need to stay alive. The world is abundant. That's why I'm here. I'm a part of this. I have that.
I'm already
I can
here.
fulfill all of that in due time. When I'm hungry, I will figure it out. Then there's, on the other side, benign wants. Wouldn't it be nice if life is so great? Thank you for everything that I have. And also, wouldn't it be great if all of this stuff happened? And then some gratitude, exactly. And then there's this weird kind of villainous territory that was what they're talking about, which is I think that I need this in order to be happy. If I don't get this...
Well, villainous, or you can call it... Now there's a spectrum from being a villain, I need this because I need to be powerful or something, right? Or somebody who's just... haven't figured it out.
I think I'm talking about the same thing. Villain was the thing that came out because internally that energy feels villainous in some way. Even if I don't want to hurt somebody else, it feels like life is just not okay in its current state. But just kidding, my needs are all met. So what is this? It's me thinking I need something in order to be happy, and my current state is this lack, life is shit, depression, anxiety, worry, jealousy, envy, all of these things wrapped in here. But what I really want to move towards is a current state where I want things. I absolutely want things. I'm not interested in disc golf. I'm very interested in writing. That's clear to me, right? I want more of the writing. So like, I want that, but like, life is great right now. With the amount of writing that I have, the amount of disc golf that I have.
Which is not very much.
But like, life is still great. And so I want to be more in that space of life is great, and these could I want this. I think they're talking about here the other thing of like, I want something and I feel like my life is not going to be okay.
Not going to be okay unless I have it. Yeah, I mean, and those are funny because they are. I want to kind of like quickly answer that, like, oh, well, I don't have that. Like, what? No, like, what is it? What? Like, I go like very quickly browse through that place where the attachment to some of these external things could be. And then I go, okay, cool, then I don't have it, I'm good, right? But I don't go into these deeper layers of focusing on specifically on that to say, no, let's go see deeper. Am I being attached to something that is, that I'm not aware of? And like, I want that to come up on surface so I'm aware of it so I can then, try to.
Well, I think what can also like help us see that, like, it's just like dawning on me now from these like few podcasts we were listening to with the psychologists who were talking about gratitude and its role in our mental health.
Paul Conti,
and then who's the other one who wrote the book with Oprah?
1 second. Arthur Brooks.
Okay, so Arthur Brooks, Paul Conti.
Although Paul Conti is, that's super impressive stuff. I really like it.
So they've been talking a lot about the role of gratitude in our mental health. And then also in the book that I'm reading, The Gap and the Gain, they're talking about that as well. And it's dawning on me that like perhaps the canary in the coal mine, the thing that can alert, because I have the same thing where like if nothing obvious comes to mind, I'm like, oh, I'm good in this area. But then it's like, well, then why am I so like irritated all the time and bothered by everything?
So that's what I'm saying. Like, so there must be something in there.
And so what's dawning on me right now is like, well, if nothing comes out as an obvious, oh yeah, I'm too attached to this thing, the thing that will give it away is how much do I feel like life is great and that I'm grateful for my life being the way it is. And then that's like, oh snap. If I get a day where I feel that all day long, that happens. But like that happens at Disneyland. Or that happens when like the day itself is just like a very good day. We spend the whole day out in the woods. And so the external stuff has to be really awesome right now in order for me to just a whole day, my brain is in this gratitude zone. But like in every Wednesday, of like I'm at work, I'm trying to get shit done, I'm not getting as much done as I wanted to get done. Oh, like these projects don't feel like they're going fast enough. Well, I'm not feeling very grateful. And also, like, these projects don't feel like they're going fast enough. These results don't feel like they're happening. Oh, isn't all of this evidence that I am saying life is not okay right now because this shit out here is not going a certain way?
That is 100% that. And therefore, there is something in there that is, we are operating, that system in us is not optimized. Because look, this is the evidence of this thing is coming, all this stuff's coming up, right? So you're like, oh shoot. So I don't know what it is, but I know it is. And then what can I do about it? Well, go look in there. Right? Go look in there. And that's gonna take a little bit of time with a help of a therapist or help of a focusing partner or by yourself, whatever that is, writing, right? Like writing is also very good. Like journaling about it, right? That gets it out, right? And so, yeah.
Yeah, there's so many lessons for me here in this gratitude.
The gratitude is such an amazing subject.
But it can't be this fake thing.
No,
I feel like at 35 years old, I'm finally like feeling what it feels like as a feeling, because like growing up, gratitude, I remember being taught about this at Halloween, because you go trick-or-treating and now you get the candy and the parents say, "What do you say?" "Thank you." And so like these are kind of my earliest moments of being coached in gratitude from an adult. And it was very
how simple and how over our head that went, right? Like
but the way that happened for me is gratitude became performative. It became something I say, but not necessarily something I feel.
You just, this is where you say thank you, but do I actually feel?
And I was probably feeling something similar to gratitude, but the way that I was being told, "We'll say thank you," that never, the thank you of saying it and being aware of a thank you never connected with the feeling in my body.
Yeah, and then so now interesting is like, should you be saying thank you when you don't feel the gratitude? Right? That's kind of an interesting concept, right? Because like then we're faking those thank yous, right? And that person who you thanking, they maybe feel that was just like a kind of a cop out thank you or something, you know what I mean?
I don't think we necessarily should, because I think what it did is it alienated me from the process of discovering true gratitude and being able to feel that and express that.
Express the gratitude based on the feeling, and now what you're expressing is not just thank you, but saying, no, really, I really appreciate you making this coffee, dude. Like, I know that like you have a long day and all this stuff, and I'm gonna walk around with 20 minutes drinking this, and I'm like, this is awesome.
Right.
I really appreciate this.
And
right?
you don't need to thank everyone with a 10-sentence thing,
yes,
but like the way that it's being communicated, the feeling behind it.
Yeah, the feeling behind it. Yeah, the felt sense. You know, if you will.
And I think it was Andrew Huberman in last year's Thanksgiving podcast episode who said, like, a cool way to tap into your own gratitude is to receive gratitude from others. So therefore, if I can put myself in a position to do more kind things, or things that might, not like from like a manipulative sort of way, but just put myself in a position where
in the place
where I'm delivering
gratitude is exchanged,
right? Because if you can, I think that's a cheat code for being able to feel it in myself, is because you can feel it from other people. You can feel the authenticity behind it. And so if now I'm putting myself in more of a service position where I get to receive more genuine thank yous from other people, I get to now suddenly kind of tap into the emotional quality underneath it. And that helps me discover it for myself.
Yeah, makes me think of Kate and Bob from Sunnyside. Like,
that's our neighborhood restaurant.
Like they, like they're in that business. Yeah, it makes good money and all that stuff. It's hard work. Like, they're really working hard over there. And it's like, why are they doing it? It's like, and that, when you were saying this, that's what was coming up. Like, oh, they have these connections of thank yous. Thank you for providing this food for me so I can eat it. And then they say, thank you for giving me this money, this exchange. The exchange, so it's interesting because it's like, wow, like there's almost like in this capitalist way of this exchange, money for goods. I mean, it's not capitalistic, maybe that's just a system of exchange, right? Like there is a gratitude in there. That's interesting. Like if you buy something in the market, right? Like when we buy, mushrooms at the market, the conversation you have with the mushroom lady is a gratitude type of conversation. You're like, thank you for going to wherever you go to go pick this and put it out here so I can buy it from you, right? And she's like, thank you for coming here and supporting my mushroom farm. Like, it's
That's
this
maybe
beautiful,
why the market feels different
the
than
market
the grocery
than a
store.
grocery store. 100%. The grocery store is like, I put it in my thing, and then I put it here, and then the beggar is the one I think, right? Because like, thank you for.
But mostly they thank you for bagging because you've started bagging everything, which maybe you're doing that for that thank you because you know that that's actually a genuine thank you.
It could be.
That's a genuine thank you because you're taking work off their plate versus them thanking us for buying the groceries. What do they give a fuck? They're getting paid $17 an hour.
Thank you for saying that, because now I have even more. Now that even more reinforces that, like, yeah, I want to help you with these bags. Come on, dude. I'm not gonna just stand here and like get you put all this stuff in the bags, right? Like, it's so funny because like, yeah, it's like, if it's my stuff, and I'm paying for it, so you should put it in the bags. I get it, right? But also, no, this is just stuff. I have to buy it. I gotta eat the same way as you and you and you. Oh, we need to put this in the bag. Now, we need to put this in the bag. You are also helping me. I'm here to put these things in the bag. They're not my things. I'm just taking them home. Like, it's like it is like a different feel to it or something. And all of a sudden, yeah, you're like, hey, thanks, man. And you have a little kind of friendly exchange of conversation, aka kind of a gratitude exchange there. What a beautiful thing. And I never noticed it until we were talking.
But literally, they always directly thank you.
Yeah. And I brush it off as, oh yeah, no worries. Like no worries. Like don't thank me. Like, I didn't save you anything, right? But like,
and that's a big problem too. Is like, and I noticed this too. Like, sometimes you will thank me for something, and I'll turn it right back around and I'll be like, oh, of course, thank you. Mm-hmm. Well, but did I really receive that thank you?
Right, and can I receive now your thank you, as it was really quickly flipped back?
And so there's some work. There's work to do on the receiving end of it too. I need to open myself up to receive the gratitude from others.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. It's an exchange. It's not just out. It's in and out. It's an exchange. We get and we give and get and give. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, very cool.
You want to do Ryan and then wrap it up?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. It can be beneficial to reflect on what you used to accept as normal. Consider your first paycheck, how big it seemed then. Or your first apartment, with its own bedroom and bathroom and the ramen you gladly scarfed down in the kitchen. Today, as you've become more successful, these conditions would hardly feel sufficient. In fact, you probably want even more than what you have right now. Yet just a few years ago, those paltry conditions were not only enough, they felt great. When we become successful, we forget how strong we used to be. We are so used to what we half believe we die without it. Of course, this is just the comfort talking. In the days of the world wars, our parents and grandparents made do with rationed gas, butter, and electricity. They were fine, just as you have been fine when you had less. Remember today that you'd be okay if things suddenly went wrong. Your actual needs are small. There is very little that could happen that would truly threaten your survival. Think about that and adjust your worries and fears accordingly.
Yeah. Adjust your worries accordingly. That's a task. Adjusting your worries. But it's really adjusting the way how we perceive it, and then the worry shifts.
I don't think you can be worried and grateful at the same time.
You cannot be worried and grateful at the same time. That's so interesting, yeah. And that's what Arthur was talking about with the replacing one emotion with the other, right? Like, instead of like, hey, I have this envy coming up, I can shift it into gratefulness of some sort, and then that fills that spot where this envy wanted to attach itself, right? And so I like that concept of the visualizing of the like, oh, you feel it, so hey, sorry guy, or great, great, I'm already grateful. I can't be envy right now, sorry, you're gonna have to come back later or something. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, good one. Okay, cool, wrap up. Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
Thank you for tuning in. We shall see you here tomorrow.
Bye bye.